Hello, this is NinjaBob and welcome back to episode number 56, I think, of my Trophy Town Survival World, and we are starting today's episode over here in Trophy Town itself. Very quickly, what I wanted to do was add somebody to the tribute trail, and I don't do this very often these days, to be honest, I should say, but this week there's been a bit of a development and I decided that I wanted to just give someone a bit of a shout out in the tribute trail, and it's actually someone from 4J. It's 4J Steve. Now you may be aware that there's been an update to the console edition this week. We're now on I don't know what you call it, title update 25, or is it console update 14, or PlayStation version 1.17, I don't know. All I know is that I made a video last week or the week before having a bit of a cry because my world wasn't working properly. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think the update's been done on my behalf. I don't think that's the case at all, but Steve in particular was really helpful. He took a copy of my save game, so he's got a copy of my Trophy Town world, and yeah, he took a copy of it and had a look into the problem for us, and yeah, made sure it was addressed in the update that just came out, and I'm pleased to report that yes, it's fixed. Yeah! In fact, it's not just fixed, it's actually better than that. But first of all, let's just have a quick look at Elvis Ghastly because he's awesome. Hi, Elvis! Hi! Right, let's jump on my train and I'm going to show you what is awesome about this new update. I guess the other thing I should quickly mention as well is I need to apologise if you hear any strange background outdoor type noises while I'm recording today. It is absurdly hot where I live at the moment. It's something like 345,000 degrees, approximately. And yeah, it's unbelievably warm. So I've had to open a window in my little studio room where I record. And yeah, if you hear any noises from my neighbours or the animals outside or whatever, I do apologise. But it's either that or I melt to death, and I didn't fancy it much. Now, if you saw my video where I think I called the video "Help Me 4J, You're My Only Hope." Now this was where I took them to. I made the little video and I showed them that when I went down to this part of the world, everything went a bit pear-shaped. It all went wrong. So when you come down here, at the far end of that corridor is a skeleton spawner. But what's double cool about it is that about 20 blocks below it is another skeleton spawner. So I was real excited. I wanted to come down here and I wanted to dig away and I wanted to make a double XP farm. So I'd been down here, and what was happening was as I got to round about here, I marked the specific spot in the video that I made for 4J. But yeah, when you got to about here, you started digging and the blocks wouldn't disappear. They would just they'd be gone, but you could still see them. And what happened is, as you walked into them, the world sort of went transparent. It was very, very odd, very, very odd problem. I'll explain that in just a second. Yeah, but they fixed it. They have fixed it. As you can see, I've dug out this area now, and there's no silliness going on here, and I can dig away, and everything is awesome. So yeah, I'm unbelievably happy, and like I say, I know they haven't fixed that for my benefit, but hopefully my video and my little my cry for help, hopefully that helped everybody, because yeah, it's well, look, here is my double spawner, and now we can actually see it. We don't need to do any silly hiding inside blocks and looking at the glitch or anything. We can actually see it. Now this is very, very, very much a work in progress, and I was tempted, and I'm still tempted, actually, to do this on video. It doesn't really fit with what I normally do in Trophy Town. What we normally do in Trophy Town is build our monuments. But this is going to be so awesome. This is a skeleton spawner up here. And you can't quite see the other one, actually. Let me come around to this side. Hopefully you can see it. There it is, just there. Now, I found a spot, a sort of sweet spot, just about... Ouch! That's not the sweet spot. The sweet spot's slightly further up. Thank you, Feather Falling Boots. Yeah, if you come up here... this is the spot that I'm going to work from. Now I'm going to build myself a sort of a room here, where basically if you stand just about there, you're close enough to set off that spawner, but you're also close enough to set off that spawner. So what I'm going to do is have them all spawning all the way down to the ground, and then I'm going to set up a water flow system that pushes them into this direction here and drops them into this little hole here, and then there'll be a tunnel, and that is the hole that we saw in the ground just now. You know, I said I'd explain what the hole in the ground was. That's the hole in the ground. That is going all the way up. It goes up about 30 something blocks, I think, roughly. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it goes up further than it needs to, and then the reason it does that is because I want them to come back down on a different level. They're going to come back down in our little room here. So this will be the room where we sort of hang out. We'll have enchantment tables and bookshelves, and we'll have an anvil. obviously some chests and beds and stuff. So basically, I can hang out here and just let the skeleton farms do their thing. But what will happen is they'll go up down through that hole. That's the hole again there. So the hole will lead them up. We'll have a glass chute here, so you'll be able to see the skeletons going up, and they'll go through there, and then they'll make their way across sideways, and then they will drop back down. And if my maths is correct, this here is 23 blocks. And what that means is that when they land, they'll have just a heart or half a heart of damage. So you'll just be able to punch them or hit them with a piece of coal or a potato or whatever takes your fancy, and get their loot and their XP. And it's all going to happen right here. Now, like I say, I'm tempted to do this on video, but there's a lot of work to be done, to be honest. I mean, I've brought over some of the stuff. I mean, you can see it's a bit of a mess in here, but that's because I want to try and I'm going to use stone, which has been smelted, so sort of smooth stone, to sort of decorate this place inside. This is just inside the spawner. I've already placed a block wrong. Hey, there we go. It didn't take long, did it? Let's grab that one. I've got my silk touch there. Yeah, basically I wanted this all filled in, but you know, when I was coming through here, there was bits of gravel and bits of dirt and cobblestone and what have you. And although this is basically going to spend its life in darkness, I probably shouldn't worry too much about how it looks. But I can't help myself. It's got to look nice. It's got to look nice. I won't be able to stand it if it doesn't look right. So basically, I'm filling all of this in with smooth stone, just so that it looks the part. Because you are going to be able to see inside here. Although it will be very, very dark. You know, part of if you've seen my other XP farms, the skeleton farm and the zombie one that I've done already, I do set them up so that you can see, just to make sure that you can keep an eye out and see how many, just to make sure that stuff is spawning. I need to get rid of that piece of cobblestone there, but hopefully you can see already it's starting to look a little bit tidier now. We'll have water flows coming from this corner and this corner, pushing down in this direction. I need to work out exactly the shape of this, but basically we're going to have sort of stages, steps of water going down and down and down until it finally gets to here, and that's where they will drop, and that will be the spot where they're sort of filtered into that glass tunnel, that chute, whatever you want to call it. That's where they're going to end up. So let's fill a few more of these in, and then we will crack on and do. We will get back on with what we're going to be doing. Or in fact, you know what, I am going to move on because there's something else I want to show you before we start doing our next monument. Let me do that. Let me just finish this little bit of wall here. I've got 8 more blocks in my hand, so let's get rid of those. And yes, there is an abandoned mineshaft there, by the way, as well. That's how I discovered these in the first place. Hello, we got a visitor. Hello, visitor. This is what I do to all my visitors. That's not true. That's not true. Only most of them. Right, let me get rid of these last 3 blocks. I think I need to fill that in there. Right, okay. I will worry about that some other time. Let's go and get rid of the smooth stone, because I don't want to take that with me, because we're going to need our inventory empty to be able to get on with today's build. Now, you might have already picked up on the next thing I'm going to show you, but possibly not, only if you've watched a lot of my videos and noticed how bad the lag has been lately. I used to start all of my videos in my house. And one of the things I did at my house was my massive project that I did with my friend Anfield Angel, where we built a massive basement with pretty much everything we own, all the farms and everything inside there, and it was so cool. But it got to the point where it was unplayable, and I mean unplayable. The lag was so bad there, and this isn't something that I mentioned to 4J, to be honest, in my video. I was more worried about the bug, the glitch, because that was a sort of permanent, fatal problem that was stopping me from playing the world. Because what I should have mentioned is not only did the blocks go all transparent and stuff, which in its own way was kind of cool, but it stopped you from playing the game properly, but it also crashed the game, and if you tried to save the game before leaving, it would corrupt the save file. So yeah, a couple of times I actually lost my Trophy Town world. Fortunately, I back up on a regular basis. But yeah, it was a pretty terrible glitch. So that's why I got in touch with 4J. But I never felt the need to get in touch with 4J about this particular issue because, well, to be honest, I kind of blamed myself for it because there is a ridiculous amount of stuff in this area, a ridiculous amount of redstone and farms and animals and what have you. But it never really got finished. If you ever watch my videos and see me go down into that basement, there's big chunks of my basement which are just not finished. I haven't finished the ceilings, some of the walls, some of the fences. But the reason is that it got unplayable around here. The lag was so bad that it was unbearable to come anywhere near this place. But look, here we are. We're here in the basement now. And we're looking down, there we go, it goes all the way down to bedrock, and look, you can see my little sheep farm over there. Oh, we need to have a quick shear, actually, before we go. In my tree farm on the top floor, you can see pigs in that side. Hey, I've got everything here, and it was causing a phenomenal amount of lag. And to be fair, there's probably a little tiny bit now, but a tiny bit's okay, and a tiny bit I probably kind of deserve, because you can't put this much stuff into one space and not expect to feel the effects of it just a little bit. But it's just a little bit now. It's perfectly manageable. It's absolutely fine now. So yeah, yet another fix from this TU25 CU14. Oh, I don't know what. I wish they'd stick to one form of numbering and just. I have no idea. I don't keep up to date with this stuff. I don't know what it's meant to be. I think, generally speaking, I think everybody knows it's TU25, a title update 25. I think that's generally how it's known. But anyway. Right, we're going to grab some light grey wool, because we are going to get on with a little bit of building. We're not going to get much time for it today, but we do need to build ourselves another monument, which is kind of the point of this series. And if you've never seen the series before, I guess I should explain. First question: where have you been? If you've never seen us before, then you've missed so much already. Not least of all Elvis Ghastly, although you have already seen Elvis. We are going to head over to Trophy Town now, and I will tell you what Trophy Town is all about while we're on the way. As you probably know, there are 29 different PlayStation Network trophies available on the PlayStation 3. On the PlayStation 4, there's actually more, and I do actually have a separate series on that. But that's not what this is about. This is about the PlayStation 3, and there are 29 trophies, and in the very first series that I ever did on YouTube, I got all 29 of those trophies from start to finish with a brand new character, and yeah, did it all on video, and that was my first series. What we're doing in this series is we are building a monument to each one of those trophies in the order that I got them. So we've done a getting wood trophy, we've done a taking inventory trophy, we've done loads. I think, in fact, here's the list on the screen now. All of the ones that are marked in yellow are the ones that I've already built a monument for. The last one was the Interfire, and what we're doing today is, let's just get myself sorted out here. What we're doing today is Leader of the Pack. Leader of the Pack, and Leader of the Pack is kind of a cool one, because it's the one you get for taming 5 doggies. And I was tempted to bring my dogs with me, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. I will bring them over here, though, because the monument that we're going to be building is a bit like a lot of my other monuments. It will have a secondary purpose, and that secondary purpose is going to be a bit of a kennel. Not exactly the most fancy kennel in the world, but it's going to be somewhere for the dogs to live. Ever since I tamed my dogs, they've been living under my house, under the sort of patio outside the front door of my house, which seems a little bit mean-spirited. They could do with somewhere a little nicer to live. So I'm going to build them this monument, and that's where my dogs will live going forward. So let's have a quick sleep, and then we will get on with this build. What am I going to build? That's the question. Well, I guess it might seem a little bit predictable, but I am going to. There is going to be a bit of a twist to this particular design, but I'm going to build a giant dog. I'm going to build a giant Minecraft dog, which, like I say, probably slightly predictable. You're probably already thinking, yeah, saw that coming after the Ghast. But a bit like the Ghast, we're going to give it a little bit of a twist. Maybe not quite the same amount of twist as we gave the Ghast, but basically, dogs you will... Oh, I've just accidentally stared at an Enderman. Okay, come on in. Oh. He accidentally ran away. He doesn't want to know. Fair enough. There's me thinking I was in trouble, and yeah, he's run away from me. Didn't expect that. Hello, Brian. Hey, hello, Daisy. I haven't seen you guys for a while. Brian and Daisy used to live over at my house as well, but we made them this delicious fish pond for the delicious fish trophy. Right, we got our cats here. We're going to have our dogs here. This is where the dogs monument is going to live. Now, I've not really planned this out. I know roughly what I want to do. I know the general idea. Basically, what I want to do is I don't want a giant head. I don't just want a head. That's a bit boring. But I also don't want it standing up full size, because that will be massive and a bit boring. What I want to do is have it sort of sitting down, or sort of almost lying down. And this is something I did in a different world of mine, not on camera. You won't have seen this on YouTube. But I did it in a different world of mine, and I think I just need to work out where, because you've got the nose of the dog that sticks out, I think 3 blocks like that, but then I'm going to have a bit that sticks out a little further. So I think maybe the head of the dog needs to be around there. Okay, let's grab some wool and let's just start going with this. A bit of grey and a bit of white. Now, I must admit, I don't know exactly what the pattern is for a dog, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're just going to do it. We're going to do it in grey for now. I'm fairly sure that's not what it's got to be. It's got to have more white involved. Now, let's just get ourselves a quick bit of scaffolding, because I do need to lift this up off the ground, I believe. And let's go round about here. So this is roughly where his face is going to be. round about there, and it needs to be 8 blocks across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that leaves me 1, 2, 3 to spare on that side. 1, 2, 3 to spare on that side. Okay, so I've got the middle. I just need to put an extra block on each end like that. Ah, no, this is his face. I was right. His face is only 6. His body is 8. So his head needs to come back roughly like this. I'm not sure exactly of the dimensions. I probably should have got them, but I had a feeling that we were going to run out of time today anyway, so I didn't worry too much about getting up. Normally I get like a picture up on the screen so that I've got something to work from, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to have the dog's head here. Let me grab some black wool actually, because I do know without having to look that the bottom of his mouth should be black. So we go like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, and then across. And already I've done this wrong based on my own little design that I want to do. You know what? That'll do for now. That'll do. We will fine tune it in the next episode. We'll get the details right in the next episode. For now, I just want to get the basic outline. I'll tell you what I could do with actually. I could do with a bit of wood, because his nose. I've seen people do it in different things. I've seen people do the noses in like sandstone and stuff like that. But personally, I think it looks best in just a bit of wood, either oak or maybe birch. I think I might try birch for this one. Birch is slightly lighter. That's the oak down there. This is our Getting Wood tree farm, by the way. But what I don't like about the oak is that the stripes are a bit too strong for my liking. So I like the fact that the birch is quite even. So let's we've not got too much birch in here, but we don't need too much. Just that should do it. 4 blocks of it. Have I got a crafting table in here? Yes, I have. Not that I need one. Hold on. There we go. 16. 1, 2, 3. That's not going to be quite enough still. Let's grab a couple more blocks like that and turn those into blocks again. There we go. 24. That should do it. Perfect. Let's head back to our doggy. And get a nose put on him. I've lost sense of direction. Right, okay, we're going this way. Yes, there we go. Let's stick a nose on him. And maybe what we'll try and do is I'll try and get his face done, so at least you can see where he's going to be. That's the idea. Right, where's my wood? There's the wood. Right, okay, so we go like this and go 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then just 1 here, because this is where his nose needs to go. Like that, and like that, and like that. And let's just fill the top in. And I think that's that. Let's stick his nose in just here. I'm doing this from memory, by the way, so that if this ends up looking ridiculous, then I apologise. But I think I'm getting it right, to be honest. I think I'm getting it roughly right. That's where eye number 1 needs to go. And then in between needs to be a couple of bits of wood where his sort of nose extends up, and then that's the other part of his eye just there. Then we need some white wool to do the whites of his eyes, which go for, I think they go there and there, like that. There we go. Hopefully you can start to see it taking shape now, can't you? You recognise those eyes instantly. If you've got a doggy in Minecraft, you'll know those eyes. You'll know those eyes all too well. Right, so let's just fill the rest in with grey for now. Like I say, I know there should be a pattern to their sort of fur. It's not just plain grey, but I think plain grey is probably a good place to start with the basic outline, and then we can fine tune it afterwards. And I recognise it straight away. Look at doggy. There we go. Right, I've left him a bit short, haven't I, on his head? Right, let's his head should be slightly taller than that. He looks slightly incomplete. Let's just stack up for now. Let's stack up for now. It's a bit cheaty, but it'll do. It'll do. So yeah, it's been a busy week, you know. It's been a busy week for me in Minecraft, and part of the reason I'm so unprepared for this video, and I am unprepared, I don't mind admitting, but part of the reason I'm so unprepared is because it's just been so exciting having my world back and having it work properly, you know, and having the ability to go to my house without it completely lagging out and going crazy. It's working. Minecraft is working for the first time for me in such a long time, and I've kind of neglected my PlayStation 3 to a degree, and I was starting to get a bit fed up with it. I mean, I'd gone to so much effort to build that basement. That took weeks and months probably to get it to where it is. But then it just, like I say, it got to a point where you couldn't play it anymore. It was just awful to be anywhere near it. And it was kind of depressing. It was really, really annoying to know that you've done so much work on something, and then you couldn't go there. You couldn't even go there without the lag. And then when this other problem came up where the spawner was going wrong, or I never got to the bottom of whether it was the spawner that... I don't know if the spawners are what caused the problem or whether that was just coincidence. But yeah, either way, it's just very, very upsetting to have such a cool piece of the world that I've discovered. I've found these double spawners, and yeah, I couldn't do anything with them. And it was so frustrating. But anyway, I think I am at a stage where I'm probably going to leave this for now. Let's just get these last couple placed. I've not got the right colours on me. Really, I should do these in dark grey. These are his ears, if you couldn't tell. Let's just go down and have a look, though, and see how he's looking. Ouch. And yeah, we've got the basics there, haven't we? We have got the basics. It's not bad, actually. Considering I've done that from memory, I don't think I've done bad at all, actually. Right, I am going to start making the change, though, because there is a bit of a change that I want to make to this. Do I have a crafting table around here? If not, I need to get one. Have I got any wood left? I have. Good. Right, okay, let's make ourselves a crafting table. We'll dump it down here. Let's get rid of that, and we will plop it just... yeah, perfect. Right, now what I want to do is I want to grab the red. We want the red for his collar. Although I must admit, I was thinking about doing different colours for the collar, because none of my dogs actually have a red collar. I dyed them all. So I don't think having a red collar is necessarily the right thing for me. I think I might have like a rainbow collar. So I'll use each of the colours of my dogs. But we'll worry about that next time. What I wanted to do was this little design that I came up with on my other world. I was going to say, it looks wrong for a second there, but it's because of the dirt. Let's get rid of the dirt. Hold on. Let's get rid of that, and then we can see what you're doing. So like I say, I don't want him standing, but I also don't want it to just be a big floating head. So this is where my little design is going to come in, because what we're going to do is we're going to take away these bits here. Like so. I guess that means I need those bits of wood. I need to fill that in. Urgh, how annoying. Never mind. But we're basically going to have... what we're going to do is we're going to have his body sort of here, and then his paws, his front legs, sort of sticking out the front here. That's why I wanted the extra space. His front paws are going to be sticking out the front here, kind of like he's lying down. But then just to make him look even more cute, let's just use black wool up here just to fill that in for now. But just to make him look even more cute, I'm going to have him with his... oops, no, that's in the wrong place. I want him to have his mouth open. So, like this. If I go across 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across 1, 2, 3, 4 again, like that, and then switch those for carpets, and what we got is 1, 2, 3, 4. We got ourselves a little tongue. So there's our doggy with his head. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he looks so cute. So, like I say, we'll have his paws sort of out the front here, sort of right up to the path. And then, yeah, we'll have his back. We'll have the collar just about here, and then his back will come down. And basically, he'll end up looking like he's sort of climbing out of the ground. So it'll be a bit weird looking, I know. But I think it will make a nice building, because it'll be like a triangular shaped building going down like this. Might even put some glass in it somewhere. And in there can be my dog kennel. What do you think? I think that's going to look pretty cool. I say I have done something very, very similar in a previous world. God, probably about a year ago now. I did something very similar, and yes, based on that design. But I always liked it. It always used to cheer me up whenever I was running through my old world when I used to see my dog. I've got myself a bit trapped here. Hang on, let me just get myself out. There we go. Out, get out. Right, there we go. Yeah, it always cheers me up. And like I say, the mouth hanging open and the look on his face. Oh dear, makes me chuckle. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I say, it's a bit of an unusual one, because I'm just glad to have my old Minecraft world back and working as normal. I think I might do a little bit more work in between videos on the on my double spawner XP farm, but I might do some of it in video in the next episode as well. So I don't want you to. I think it might be a bit boring watching me do all the mechanics of it, but I'll try and do it in bit by bit and show you sort of the stages as I go. So you've seen the first bit. I've done all the boring, digging out and expose those 2 spawners, so you can see all the work that's gone in so far, and you can see what the plan is. So hopefully in the next video you'll see how that's moved on a little bit, and we'll also get on with finishing our doggy, our leader of the pack doggy. And I might bring my dogs over next time. I'll bring them over and they can see him as well. Hopefully we'll get it finished. But anyway, in the meantime, me, my doggy, and my cats, and my skeleton, and my Elvis Ghastly, where is he? Can we see him? He's just over there. Hello. And he's still crying. His tears are still working. I'm going to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!